Big trouble in Fagaland. The true America firsters. Looks like they've gone a little too far in how obvious they're being, and now things are starting to ramp up. This started with Hassan Piker a couple weeks ago going to Cuba and then becoming out there that he's being investigated over it. Well, it seems like it's continuing forward. Now, Laura Loomer is reporting this. Laura's not always 100% right in her reporting. However, she often is right. President Trump seems to trust her, like her, shouts her out all the time. So I think a lot of times her sources, again, you don't have to trust them, but you always got to take what she posts seriously, at least at first. And she writes, trust me when I tell you Podcastistan is being investigated by the FBI and DOJ. They're too arrogant to realize it. I'm looking forward to the 5 a.m. raids and FARA charges headed towards the woke Reich. These operatives will be exposed and held accountable. It's inevitable. Do I 100% believe this is going to happen? No, I don't. Do I 100% believe they're being looked at? Yes, I do. Because when you see, based on the Trump's track record of going after, suing the media, the track record, what they do with the FAA and how they're like going after broadcasting licenses, stuff like that over, fair use and all these laws that are just not obeyed anymore. I absolutely believe, Trump, he wants to control the media sphere, and I don't mean control it as in tell them what to say. He wants to control it as in clean it up and make them live by the laws we already have on the books. And if there's any foreign influence at all, they're going to want to know it and look it up, because you can take out bad actors by actually just using the laws on the books. It's nothing against First Amendment, freedom of the press, but is it freedom of the press if you're being paid to say something on behalf of other countries or systems? Absolutely not. So do I believe this is happening? Yes, I do. And that's why I'm reporting it, because this is one of those things Laura's reporting that makes 100% sense. And I do believe they're looking at it because we got all kinds of crazy stuff been happening. Tucker changed on a dime once we went to Iran, and he's got Qatar funding, which goes back to 2023 when he started his whole new thing. We have all kinds of associations going on with Alex Jones, Megyn Kelly. You got Candace Owens over in Russia right now. She's married to a son of a House of Lords member. I mean, there's foreign government written on all these guys in one way, shape, or form. You at least need to look. And so, yeah, I do believe it's starting to happen. And Candace keeps writing stuff that kind of makes you think that she's afraid of it. And I'm not the only one, but here's one of the latest posts from Candace. My takeaway from Russia: literally everything's fake and gay. They're lying about everything at every hour, every single day. Overaction. She's talking about people in response to her going to Russia. The overreaction to me merely traveling to Moscow is precisely because they know I am not funded by any foreign nation or state. This isn't funny how she wrote this. Caps, not funded any foreign nation or state. Okay. I mean, technically your marriage to your husband's a FARA violation because he's worth $250 million and he's British. So in a way you are funded by a foreign nation. Let's just be honest. Nor am I inherently capable of being controlled. Okay, Candace. I've been investigated by everyone from the literal president of France. Okay, what kind of investigation powers does a president of France have over a U.S. citizen? Real question. Not much. This is total deflection. It's like it doesn't even make sense. Who admitted to hiring former feds to look into my potential foreign ties. To the Israeli Ministry of Foreign Affairs laying out a plan their FARA docs to smear me as part of their propaganda to win back support for Israel. Okay. They have nothing on me other than, she's demonic. Plus repeat demands to sue her for refusing to bend the knee to the satanic agenda. I'm telling the truth about Russia because I'm genuinely shocked by how absolutely upside down the narrative about it is beyond obvious to me now which way the economic wind is blowing. Obvious to her. With all the job numbers and stuff coming out, it's obvious which way the economic winds are blowing. Huh, Candace? I mean, to me, this is a panic post. This is the kind of thing you say to deflect, and it's also very much Candace. Candace is always just throwing stuff out there, seeing where it goes, trying to throw people off her scent. I mean, if you don't believe me, you can see how she does it, like right here. This is how she does narratives. And this is about her lying about Charlie and how he appointed Erica Kirk to be successor, which she sees has never happened. Listen to this. This is a great example of how Candace plays the game.
I figure out who's at this donor retreat in Aspen, and I reach out, and then they alleged that this was a question that somebody had asked and said, what happens if you die? Very small group, exclusive group of donors in Aspen in August, and thus far, 2 do not remember Charlie saying that. And also, update to what I said to Barron yesterday. Another donor who was at the Aspen event does remember, actually says that they do remember Charlie mentioning Erica if, situation, something happened, that Erica would know what to do. So that seems to check out. The donor, I think, is
the very next day she goes back on her own reporting.
Very good person, and obviously doesn't want to be on record. But, different. I brought it up yesterday about whether or not that actually happened in Aspen, and there is a donor that does specifically remember that. So I set about, just sort of after I met with her, reaching out to people that attended that event. And I spoke to a total of 4 people, and I can tell you that 3 out of the 4 people, and one was a couple, did not remember Charlie saying this. They did not remember Charlie Kirk saying this.
Let's go backwards.
The 4th person, or rather couple, who said that they did remember it, and without giving you guys, alluding to any further details, they would be considered a conflicted witness because they have ties to Turning Point outside of a donor relationship. Now, before we went on break, we had informed you that I had been sort of quietly prodding the narrative for months that Charlie, a mere weeks before his untimely death, literally weeks before, that Charlie declared that he wanted to appoint Erica as the CEO and the chairman of his company. And I guess I hadn't appreciated that we had never said that happened in Aspen, at the Aspen event in Aspen. Most people were assuming that happened in the Hamptons. It did not happen in the Hamptons. It happened in Aspen. So after my episode...
She's so fraudulent. It's unbelievable. So you can never trust what comes out of this woman's mouth. I mean, at all. It's just crazy. And here's Erica the other night at a TPUSA event actually showing how full of crap Candace is.
The most important relationship in your life is the one that you have with your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
His passion was my passion, and now his mission is my mission.
Oh, wait, here's Charlie. Here's Charlie that nobody remembers him doing this.
I appoint my wife to run Turning Point USA if something happens to me.
Oh.
Erica would do a great job.
Oh, wait, what? What, Candace? What happened? I thought it was conflicting witnesses.
I appoint my wife to run Turning Point USA if something happens to me. Erica would do a great job.
Oh, man. So, again, you just can't trust anything Candace says. So when she's like, I'm not funded by foreigners, the truth is if we should always be playing opposite day with Candace. If Candace says something, you believe the opposite. That's like, you're going to get a lot closer to the truth if you just do that all the time. Now, as these FARA things ramp up, well, there's a good reason for it. Okay, there's a really good reason for it. And one of the reasons is some of these people are already admitting they get paid by foreigners. Here's Mike Flynn, who is officially a foreign agent in the Republic of Srpska, headed by Milorad Dodik, who is Putin's most vocal ally in the Balkans. This is on FARA.gov registration doc. According to the document, Mike Flynn, General Flynn, is being paid $100,000 a month for consulting. $100,000 a month. That's a good gig. That's $1.2 million a year. I mean, sign me up. Can we sign it up somewhere? And you see the documents right here. It's all, I mean, at least he's doing it legally, I guess, because there's $100,000 a month. At least he's open about it. He registered, but man, that's a lot of money. I don't know how you trust somebody doing that, but describe in detail what's he getting paid for? Strategic advice and counsel, analysis and information research, and introduction in the Balkans. Wow. Pretty crazy, I gotta say. He registered this in October. You see down here, October 12th, 2025, Michael Flynn. So that's awesome. But like I said, at least this is, legal. He did the legal way. I don't think you should trust. It makes a big damper on whether or not I can trust Mike Flynn. Now, I will say there's a lot of stuff Scott McMahon shares that I don't love. He does a lot of research, and he's a big Russia's behind everything guy. So I really don't trust him because some of his stuff just doesn't check out. But I mean, those are the documents. And he's not the only one who's reported this. So I gotta say that's pretty wild. But again, if Flynn is getting this money, I don't think he's the only one. I really don't. And these people just are getting more and more egregious. Okay. I mean, the stuff they're pushing right now, like this Hunter Biden thing, this is crazy. So on Friday, Thomas Massie, the bastion of truth and principles in America, he got one of the best endorsements you could ever ask for. He got the endorsement of Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden says Thomas Massie is the best. I love that guy and probably disagree with at least half of his political positions, but he has so much integrity, and I know he loves this country. That's good stuff right there, right? Hunter Biden endorsing Thomas Massie. So now we got Cenk Uygur endorsing Massie, Anna Kasparian, all on the left. I mean, they just love them some Thomas Massie. The leftists, funded by the same people as the Squad. I mean, once you see it, you can't see it, guys. Hunter Biden was just with Candace being buddy-buddy. He was on Sean Ryan's show being buddy-buddy. Why are they trying to bring Hunter Biden back so much? That's what I don't understand. Because to me, it's like the ultimate IQ test. Do you think Hunter Biden's a bad dude? Yes or no? If the answer you say is no, then I officially know I can't trust your opinion on pretty much anything. This guy is, we have the receipts. This is one of the worst people. You could say it's because he's broken, abused, whatever. I don't care. The fact is he's an adult who made a bunch of terrible decisions, and now the fact that he's on this redemption tour without having done anything to earn it is very suspect. Why are all these people pushing it? I mean, we have people like Ian Miles Chung, who most of you probably haven't heard of, but I got to tell you, Ian's huge on X, 1.2 million followers. This is a guy who's often been accused of stealing other people's content, who has long been known as a grifter, but he's in that America First crowd. He's with all of them, the Dave Smith, the Tucker Carlsons, Marjorie Taylor Greenes. He's with that crowd. He's a big influencer on that side of things. And now he's pushing it out as well. Believe it or not, Hunter Biden's far more human and likable than anyone could have imagined. It's easy to picture some of his out of his mind Nepo baby when stolen videos of a man his worst hours are your only exposure of him. Interesting. It's crazy to me. But the fact that Ian is pushing it, by the way, this guy he either lives in Indonesia or the Philippines, and all he does is talk about MAGA stuff. Like he's legitimate. Talk about FARA violation, but he's just foreign in general. But anyways, the point is, if he is spreading it, they're really pushing this. Every single influencer who's paid, who has shady ties, is pushing the Hunter Biden thing. Why? What are they trying to do? Are they this would be wild. I don't think there's any way this happens, but is it possible? They're trying to make like a Hunter Biden push for 2028? Is this the Democrats' dark horse? Is this how desperate they've become? Are the globalists in that bad of a place? I don't know. It's pretty crazy, but it's also insane. It's also insane. And with all this going on, I'm very appreciative that Dan Bongino has joined the club of calling out the fake podcast. And I gotta say, it's becoming like it's becoming like a badge of honor. Now, I wasn't the first, but I was close to the first calling all these people out and having a lot more fun doing it. But now it's so obvious. We're getting some big people going after the other ones, and I think there's a reason for that. I think they've bided their time until it was completely obvious and it wouldn't hurt their audiences. Or within Bongino's case, maybe he knows some investigations that are ongoing and he's kind of like getting his people ready by having fun with this. But here's a great compilation Bongino put together of Tucker Carlson just completely canceling out his own opinions over and over again. This is pretty hilarious.
My view is you can kind of tell who's telling the truth. You can smell it.
You know, you've been talking on your show about whether Trump is the Antichrist.
I have not said that.
On your show,
That
you
was my
said,
favorite.
could this be the Antichrist?
I actually did not say, could this be the Antichrist?
Could this be the Antichrist?
I don't know where that comes from, but I know that those words never left my lips.
Raised some eyebrows this week when you said that Hamas is more like a political organization than a terror group.
Hamas is a group of jihadis. They're Islamic extremists, which they also claim constantly, which I don't know if that's true, by the way. It seems more like a political organization.
I didn't say that.
The future that I imagine is not a future in which we're yelling at each other about race. It's a future in which people are legitimately revolutionary, maybe even violent.
You said in our previous interview, the future that I imagine is not a future in which we're yelling at each other about race. It's a future in which people are legitimately revolutionary, maybe even violent.
I'm amazed that you have a tape of me saying that, and I just want to disavow it. A lot of young men in America, mostly white, but not exclusively, listen to Nick Fuentes really carefully. This kid is the single most influential figure among young white men, and not just white, actually.
Is that true?
Well, it's definitely true. Of course, half the thing was about Fuentes, and like, who cares? Fuentes?
There was a lot of Fuentes.
Who cares about Fuentes? Talk about irrelevant.
America's supporting Israel because it's an ally.
I don't even know what those words mean. I'm just saying my principle
They're
is
an ally, right? I mean, they both.
I don't know what that means to be an ally. Qatar is like one of our closest allies in the world. The largest American air base in the Middle East is in Qatar. They're a close ally of ours. I come to Israel and the infrastructure, we were flying in, and I said to my buddy, I was like, man, first of all, it looks great. I love the agriculture in Israel because it's beautiful. I love green. I love plants.
I remember when it didn't look like that.
That's unbelievable.
First time I came here 53 years ago.
It's great.
Israel, which is one of the single ugliest countries in the world.
That's the craziest thing, man.
1948. So
He literally doesn't believe anything he says. Everything is a lie. It's just like Candace. These people are crazy. It's obvious these people are up for the highest bidder. I mean, this is insane.
I've been everywhere in that country, and it's true.
Let me get to the nub of the question, since again, a lot is at stake, a lot of money is at stake. Land is very valuable. Israel has a lot of resources. We have a huge country. This is a country the size of New Jersey with no resources.
An attack on Western civilization looks like this. It's tribalism, it's identity politics, it's DEI, it's whatever. It's Zionism, it's any belief system that begins with the understanding that one group is morally superior to other groups.
Well, just on principle, like every other group in the world has the right to its own homeland except white people? Like what?
JD has been subject to, this is well known, but I'll just confirm it, nonstop treachery.
You're accusing people of treachery, so I'm wondering, who do you mean specifically?
I don't know the answer to that. I've never worked there. So like if you don't work there, you can say you can say what you think you know, but it's hard to really know.
If I was telling my kids, if you think someone's lying to you, you're right.
What an amazing ending. So good. Listen, what's so crazy about all this, guys, is that if you tell the truth and are consistent in your belief systems, this will never happen to you. Like, I don't think anybody could put a clip. I've done this for 3.5 years. I don't think you could put together a clip show of this for me. I don't know. You people have been watching me for 3 years. You tell me. But this was all in the last year and a half. This is crazy stuff. I don't understand how people still don't see it. Now, most of this has happened since March when we had struck Iran. And again, it takes me back to just saying, this is all assets deployed time. This is why all the influencers turned at the same time, because to me, they're obviously connected in some way, shape, or form to the narrative creators, the narrative pushers in the City of London globalist system. Because Iran is hurting all those people. That's why NATO hasn't joined us, why UK is held out for the first time in 100 years on joining us in war. and you see these people all turning at the same time, it's crazy. As somebody who does this and speaks a lot, I actually do more content than Tucker does. I do this 2.5 hours a day, 5 days a week, plus bonus stuff sometimes. That's, what is that? 10, that's like 12 to 15 hours of content a week I do. And, it's not easy. And so to stay, like, if I was inconsistent, if I was jumping wherever the wind blew, you guys could spot it pretty quick. Because you can't stay consistent over that time. Look, even Tucker, who's a master at this, who gets paid for this, Candace Owens, who gets paid for this stuff, makes great money doing it, deceiving or trying to deceive millions of people. They can't stay consistent. They can't. When you're in front of the camera all the time, if you're lying, you will get caught. And we're seeing it over and over again now. It's so unbelievably obvious. And so thanks to Dan Bogino for posting this. It's very funny. But again, guys, these people are in trouble. And now that we're all seeing them, it takes me all the way back to this. Like, I truly believe like this is actually happening, these investigations. And this is another reason why we're seeing them panic a little more. Remember, going back to the first week of March, Tucker got outed as getting calls from the CIA because he was talking to Iranians before the attacks. So, bad news for them. And I really hope this is happening. I believe it is. And I really hope we start getting some more answers soon, because it's getting crazier out there. And one of the biggest, most awesome wake-up calls to the whole America First grift, the whole like FAGA grift that's going on in Podcastistan would be exposure on this kind of level. And so I'm looking forward to and praying that it comes forth, because I can't stand these people. At one point, I listened to all of them in my waking up journey. I really liked Tucker for a couple years. And like, I still maintain he did a lot of great work during the Biden years and leading up to the election of Trump. But man, when somebody like this just betrays you like that, it's, I'm like, you know what? I'm never going back. And I hope you guys get destroyed. So we'll see what happens, but I'm hopeful and expectant. But one way or the other, there's just no way this stuff keeps going out there that they're ever going to maintain the influence they had before. That's a win right there.